Hello. 123 123. That was fucking weird. Wow. Yeah, that was so bizarre. My entire setup just went totally bananas for a minute, which I guess happens. I'm working out of my living room. Well, my apartment, right? I don't know if you call it a living room. So here we go. We made it. Excuse me while I cough. I'm still a little sick. Not super sick. Wow, it's not putting all the way in my ears right now. That's odd. But you hear them. You hear Vise talking right now. You hear Vise talking right now. Weird, weird, weird. Give me a second. So fucking bizarre. Some of my audio settings must have gotten fucked up. Audio properties. Elgato. I'm worried that it's just outputting to my monitor too. So I'm fixing a couple things. Very strange. I want to get into another fight, which shouldn't be hard in this game. But let's find... Isn't there more stuff here? There's like way more discoveries to find. Did I grab Will-o'-the-Wisp? I don't know if I did. No, there we go. I feel like it was picking up a bunch of different sources, which is not great. Not my favorite thing that's ever happened. So now I'm wondering why some of the stuff is not outputting to my ears. I would like to hear it too. Right, I think it's important for my gameplay experience that I hear shit. Hear the music, certainly. Yeah, weird. Hold on. I'm only hearing certain stuff in my ears. Oh, it's my earbuds. They're doing something weird. Hold on. I fixed it! That was super strange. What a weird adventure we've been on. So now we can actually play. Oh, weird. I've never turned the camera like that before, I think, ever playing this game. I don't know what the point would be to it, but it's there, so there's probably a point. Yeah, let's see if I hear it. Yep, definitely hear it now. Wow, that was so bizarre. I think we have more people here than last time, so I'll kind of do an introduction and stuff later. I don't know if the sound mix is great, though. So we'll see. It's hard for me to fix stuff right now. Everything, so many weird things are happening. Oh, these... Counterattack. I love counterattacks. They're great. Nothing like playing on the authentic thing, though. Oh, so good. And once we get back to the map, I'll actually talk. Is what I'll do. My ex used to, or she was working her way through this game when we were together, and she loved the way that Fina said, "Get him!" Distinct memory. Okay, so everything seems to be working, which is good. Let me move my mic for a second. Okay, so this is Skies of Arcadia. What a great thing. This is a if you missed my spiel before, this is an RPG for the Sega Dreamcast, which was released in 1999 or in 2000 if you were an American. It's my favorite game of all time. It's just an absolute banger of a game. Heartfelt, gorgeous, honest thing. Not bloody, not cynical. One of the most optimistic pieces of art I've ever engaged with. And fundamentally changed me as a person, how I think about how to be a decent person, things like that, right? I played this when I was 10, which kind of gives up the game in terms of how old I am. I'm getting older now. It sucks. Don't do it. I don't recommend it. Played this game when I was 10, stuck so much in my mind. I don't know how I completed it when I was 10, quite frankly. I don't know how I did anything when I was 10. How do 10-year-olds do stuff? 10-year-olds are smart. But yeah, because I remember beating this game. I know exactly where I was the first time I beat this game. I know exactly what I did when I first beat this game. Ran upstairs to tell my mom about this game. Basically crying. Because I don't think you need to be an adult to know when something important has touched you and affected you and made you just kind of a better person. I think that's a universal feeling. Things spur us to inspiration. True inspiration. No matter what age we're at. And they stay with us forever. And for me, that just happened to be a video game. About pirates and silly stuff. And I always feel a little bit odd talking about this game so earnestly. Partially because there's that stigma of just, how can you talk about a game like this in general? And the answer is, well, games are just as good as anything. And the other reason is, I don't know, because it's not like an art game. It's not like, I'm not like Gone Home made me come out to my parents. It didn't. Gone Home did not make me come out to my parents. I think it's a good game. Just looking for discoveries. I forget where some of the other ones are here. Stupidly great game, this game. So I've been playing this on and off. My last stream was maybe a little bit less than a month ago. Some of that's just because I'm adjusting to my new job at Double Fine, which has been great. Everybody there is fantastic. Tim and Spaff and all these other people I work with are fantastic. All the artists, incredibly talented people. I'm very flattered to be part of that team. But that's also meant a lot of times where I just have to focus on what we're doing and get stuff set up because we're working remote. I have to figure out how to move to San Francisco right now, and then there's a pandemic, and then there's a friggin' there's protests and everything. I've been going out to many protests. I'm sick right now. It doesn't sound like it. I'm getting a little bit better, but I'm sick enough that I don't want to be in a big group of people. Just as a precaution, right? So I've been staying home the last 4 days, or maybe even 5 days now. Otherwise, I recommend that if you can, go to a protest, support people, give to charities, give to the bail fund or something. I cannot encourage it enough right now. There are people who need bail, among other things. I know because I've seen cops do bad shit lately. Not on the TV, but because I was there. Nothing wakes you up faster than a wall of cops running at you. But, you know, there's dark and grim games I could be playing right now, but I'm not playing that. I wanted to play something honest, a game about tearing down Imperial's bastards and respecting culture and coming together to fight things at all odds. That feels really great, feels really good. And I had been doing a playthrough of this game anyway, a game which I adore. What is this over here? Is that an enemy ship? That's a Valua ship. We could do an air pirate. We could do an air battle. Oh no, well, I accidentally went so far that I'm actually going to trigger a boss fight, so never mind. This is going to be Gordo. He's an air pirate. He's a black rogue. There's blue rogues and black rogues. Black pirates are bad. Blue rogues rob from the rich. Robin Hood style. Yes, thank you for congratulating me on the new job. I miss writing for Kotaku as well. I miss writing. There's probably ways for that I can do it, whether that's a book or some guest appearances on sites, but my contract is very strict, so I have to figure that out. But I won't not be writing, it's just the nature of how I write will be a little bit different. And my focus obviously will always be on the studio, will always be on Double Fine and Psychonauts and all of that. You know, I think some people probably would say, oh, Heather sold out, but it's also, I went to a place that I liked. A place that makes me happy. I'm very happy at my job right now. Not that I was unhappy at Kotaku, but this was a very rare opportunity to go to a place I respected. I think some people thought that I had done journalism as a stepping stone to get to this point, and that's not fucking true at all. If you've read anything I've read, you should know that I write because I'm good at it, and because I have things to say, and because I love it. Writing is the marrow in my bones, right? It is an essential part of me. I will be able to do creative stuff at Double Fine. It'll be easier once we have our website back, which we are working on. Anyway, Skies of Arcadia, great game, happy game. We just finished a segment on a continent called Ixutaka, which is kind of like a North American, South American substitute in this world, where the Empire had showed up before us to kind of enslave the peoples there. And we beat up the bad guys. The king of the native folks summoned a giant monster, and unfortunately the monster went out of control, so we had to stop it. I like what happens in Ixutaka because this game isn't necessarily a game about colonialism, and it's certainly not a game about like capitalism in a broad sense or imperialism, but those things are there, and the game certainly vilifies those things in very clear ways. Right, you are playing as basically like anarchist pirates, which is cool. Not like edgy anarchists, but just like just self-sufficient good people. What are their things? Are they red? Or are they purple? I can't even tell. Am I playing on the Dreamcast or GameCube version? So I talked about this before everything happened. And the technical issues happened. I'm playing on the Dreamcast. Playing the original version. For those of you who don't know, a GameCube version came out called Skies of Arcadia Legends. Had a bunch of extra content in it, which is very, very cool. I'm playing on my original hardware. I'm playing right off my Dreamcast. Cupel is on my VMU right now with a little sign that says Fighting Now, because the Dreamcast had a memory card that also had a screen on it, which is the coolest fucking thing on the planet. Very, very cool. I play this version because it has uncompressed music audio. If I had realized I was getting into this fight so soon, I would have absolutely healed beforehand. This fucking blows. I think they look red, right? If anybody remembers, because I sure as fuck don't. Right. Generally don't remember. Actually, I'm just gonna look this up. Maybe. Does it show Gordo here? Doesn't show his weakness. No, I think they're red. They're red, which means I should switch basically everything to green. Green is, or red is weak against green, if I remember correctly. And the first thing we want to do is just get rid of all the bad guys. The crummy little tiny guys. Fina should have Sacrum right now. She doesn't... Oh, well, actually, I'm going to make her heal first turn, which is fine. I'd much rather have health than damage, although damage is technically a form of mitigation. In the sense that y'all can't take damage, tap the head, if you're not doing XYZ. So here we go. She's gonna heal. I forgot to change her elemental alignment. You get access to a bunch of different moon crystals or moon stones that allow you to do certain elemental things. No, blue is strong against red. I got it backwards. Green is actually weak against red. That sucks. Green is strong against purple. Isn't that nice? So we gotta switch to blue, which is like sky magic and water, which is neat. You gain certain amounts of experience based upon the type of magic that you're using at the end of a battle, which means that I can game the system a little bit by making sure everybody has good elemental stats for the fight. Then right before we win, switching it to get the growth that I want for certain things, which is cool. Gonna get started here. Oh, I have Spirit Charge. I should be using that. Here we go. This will do more damage. Not worried about boss fights in this game. I mean, I definitely can die. I just don't expect it to be something that happens a lot. And this isn't really a boss so much as kind of like a mid-boss type thing. Not too bad. Oh, we're poisoned, though. That's a little annoying. Counterattack? Oh, come on. Don't poison them, too. Fina's weapon is called Cupel. Cupel is amazing. It's like a tiny little glob dude who can transform into all sorts of different things. Love him so much. This is going to act like a fire spell, basically. I wonder how much damage it does. Fair amount. I recommend that people play the original version usually over the Legends version, just because I really do think better sound quality matters in this game in a super important way. Oh, it's so nice that Fina has Sacrum now, which is just the big area of effect heal thing. We're going to use Spirit Charge, which doesn't cost us any spirit. It's just a boosted form of charging, which just gets us more resources for the next round, which is amazing. Highly recommend it. I will level up Drachma a bit. Drachma's not going to be with us for much longer. Spoiler alert. If you're curious about this game and super into learning more about it, my last 3 play sessions are just on this, or just on my channel. Like, I'm not a streamer, but I've archived everything. I did a playthrough, I did a Let's Play in 2015, maybe 2014, that's on my YouTube channel. That was back when my voice was a little deeper, if you know what I mean. And, you know, it's good. It's a little raw. I was using an emulator for that. And the quality didn't quite turn out to be what I wanted. We're gonna use Tackle because it's just gonna hit harder. In an ideal world, I just save up enough spirit for one big turn of Tackle and Cutlass Fury, but this is gonna take out most of his health. I'm not gonna even gonna... There's a spell called Increm, which buffs attack. I'm not even gonna use it right now. I want to see how much damage this does kind of by its lonesome. Probably a lot. As a matter of fact, yeah, like one more round of that and he's fucking done. If you listen closely, you might be able to hear the music dynamically changing. Because we are close to victory, the game says you're close to victory, and the music gets to be really fun. One of my favorite little touches about the game. Thena might even just get the kill here. Which means everybody's going to get a lot of blue magic right now, because everybody, well, Vi's is going to get it. Everybody has blue crystals right now, which means our blue growth for this battle is going to be awesome. Magic grows based upon how many, a couple factors, but one of them is how many people are equipped with that stone at any given time. And also characters just have natural, like, inclinations towards certain magic, which, for instance, means that Fina learns silver magic and green magic really fast, which is why she tends to become, right, in addition to the fact that her best weapons don't come until really late in the game. And I might not even be able to get her best weapon here, for a couple reasons. She tends to be your healer, right? She kind of fits that archetype anyway, but she's not... she's feminine, but she's pretty strong. I always appreciated a character that maintained her femininity while also just like being a really strong personality. And he's like, Drachma, you're the dude who friggin' did stuff. You're the sailor that's chasing the Arc Whale. It was to avenge your son, right? Drachma hasn't told us this yet. There's a scene coming up with Drachma that I really greatly enjoy. You'll get to see. Just a really good game. Incredibly good game. Love it deeply, deeply, deeply. If you have questions about the game or the story or what the hell's going on, just let me know. We're trying to find a bunch of moon crystals to stop the bad guys from summoning giant monsters. A lot of people in this game are named after coins, though. Gilder is one of them, right? Oh, my bio says that I still write for Kotaku. I haven't changed it. I don't write for Kotaku anymore. Kotaku. That's our Mexican restaurant. What other discoveries am I missing in North Sky? Oh, fucking Armada! Ship! Should I fight the ship? Oh, hold on. Let's heal the ship. Should I do a ship battle right now? I don't know. It's hard to say. First off, we gotta feed this cham to Cupel. You find chams around the world. They're hidden, or you get them from battles, and they are what powers up Cupel into its different forms. Are triclones in this version? I thought that was a Legends exclusive thing. I might be wrong. Oh, do I not have any spells right now for that shit? Yeah, I'll fight this guy. Fuck it. Ship battles in this game fucking own? They're so good. Giant's Throne is one thing we gotta get, for sure. I know that much, but... we got Rock's Nest. So yeah, Giant's Throne would be the next one, and then like Lighthouse Ruins and some weird shit. Once we get closer to Valua. So ship battles, how do these work? I'm gonna tell you. I have a bunch of different weapons here, and I can put them down on this grid. For instance, hey, I just want to fire a cannon first round. Great, good job. Hey, I want to do some healing first round. Great. This turn is a little hectic. The yellow is kind of like a warning, it's going to attack us. I'm going to use my guard, my evasive maneuvers this round. Which take effect no matter, at the start of the round, no matter who attacks first. And then here I'm going to just focus and get some spirit points back, which is great. And you can mix and match and do some interesting things in ship battles, which I'll show you in a minute. This is not going to be a tough fight because it's just a random encounter. A gloomy random encounter. Oh, sub-cannons. Cute. If I don't get a chance to use my harpoon cannon, which is exactly what it sounds like, super powerful cannon that fires a harpoon and destroys a ton of shit, then I can still do some cool attack stuff, which I'll show you. Yeah, this is why we did the evasive maneuvers there. And you can see the game actually slows down a bit. You don't get that many frame rate issues in this game very often, but every now and then the game gets a little chuggy, which is fine. It doesn't really matter. You can play this on the Dolphin if you want to play the Dreamcast, or excuse me, the GameCube version, and the quality of it's really great. People are doing a high-res mod for character models, and I know people are working on getting the good music in there, but it's a little tricky, as I understand it, because I'm going to do something here. So I can fire off a torpedo this round so it lands in that round. Evasive maneuver here, and then I'll fire off a cannon this round so it hits with the torpedo. How exciting. And I'll just defend a couple times. So that's another example of a thing you can do. I would love... I feel like modders are going to be the thing that brings us the closest to a remaster. Sega knows Skies of Arcadia exist. It shows up in their promotional materials a lot. They just did like a gachapon little crane game thing online for like an anniversary, and they have Skies of Arcadia stuff there. Skies of Arcadia is in Sega All-Stars Racing. They know these games exist. I imagine the reason that they're hesitant to do a remake or a port is because these games did not sell well. Very much at all, as a matter of fact, despite a pretty strong critical reception. So there, look, my torpedo and everything hits. Not the most brilliant turn, but, you know. Yeah, secondary cannons get much stronger later in the game. Everything does. I mean, in general, we're going to get super strong once we get the Delphinus, right? I ran into somebody in Phantasy Star Online last night whose name was Fina Delphinus, and I lost my fucking shit. It was so good. Fight aggressively, for the record, is a good choice here. Because we're just going to use a harpoon cannon first round and probably win. Oh, we do have repair kits. So here's the harpoon cannon. Stupidly powerful thing. Our next ship has its own special weapon too, which is even cooler. Ducat! We're gonna get to Ducat's Island today. We might get the Delphinus today, would be the point where I would like to end, but we'll see. Look at that harpoon cannon. Instant win button, at least in encounters like these. We'll get the Delphinus, which means getting one of the greatest ships. I have a tattoo on my... I talk about this all the time for those of you who don't know. I have Fina's forehead tattoo on my arm, but the tattoo artist got it a little bit off, and it bothers me. But it only bothers me. I wish there was a way to make it, like, perfect. I don't think there is. But if there was, that'd be great. So I'm going to get more glyphs and silver moon stuff down my arm, though, is the plan. I feel like there's a discovery right here. Yes. Lighthouse ruins. I knew it! Great. And then the next ones are going to be like... What's it going to be, like Ancient Palace, right? I mean, you can give spoilers, it's fine. But yeah, I'm going to get more runes down my arm. I'm going to get Fina's shoulder tattoo, and then Itsuki Hoshi, who did character design stuff, and then the manga also has one that shows off Ramirez's tattoo. So I'm going to get those down my arm. For those of you who don't know, Kotaku. Tattoo. Last year also I got to talk to Reiko Kodama, who is the producer on this game. For those of you who don't know my tattoo, there it is right there. I think it's pretty good. It doesn't quite look the same as Fina's. It's the middle part is supposed to be one stroke. The alignment is a little bit off, and it's a little squatter than I'd like. I should have spoken up, but you know, whatever. Not the end of the world. You can just see it from here. I'm putting everybody back to what I consider their defaults for magic, which right now, Fina, does she have Sakurulen yet? No, so she's going green. I like it mostly. If you look on the inside, it's actually out of alignment. So it's supposed to be, the bottom part is supposed to be one stroke that goes to the middle, But she actually made the circle, connected the bottom, and then the top part is a little out of alignment, which bothers me like a fucking freak. But I think it mostly works, which is fine. So Vi's I default to red because he has good growth. Ica to purple because it's a little... it's good to have some offensive magic. Drachma is blue. And then... for now, Fina is green, but she's going to move over to silver pretty quick to get more resurrection magic. Gilder I change around a lot. And then Enrique tends to be yellow. But obviously later in the game, it's more just based upon like what enemies I'm facing, especially boss fights. Right. Yeah, Fina has to recruit Ryslem to get our alchemist later on, which isn't too hard, but you know. Might as well use Rain of Swords. Counterattack. So we win. Easy peasy. Unless he puts Vise to sleep, which would be funny. Might happen. No, didn't. This doesn't have the moonfish, no. It also doesn't have as many of the discoveries. There's less discoveries in this game. So I think you mentioned triclones or whatever. I'm 99% certain that that is exclusive to Legends, if I remember correctly. Yep, so no moonfish stuff, no Piastol, or anything like that. So there we go, into Valua. What happened with my tattoo is that we took a picture directly from the game when I should have found, like, I don't know, now I'm in a Discord with people who love this game and who are super smart, and have model viewers and stuff, but I didn't really have access to that, so we just took a picture from the game and translated it, and sometimes the pictures weren't as great as I like, so that's it. It's a thing that annoys only me, because everybody else I've shown this tattoo who understands what it is like, great, it looks pretty good still. But, you know, it still bothers me. Do I have a favorite piece of music from this game? The credits. What a good credits theme. The main theme, too. It's so... A record company released very recently, maybe about a year ago now, a little less than a year, a soundtrack that's on vinyl and a couple other places. And it comes with a music box that plays the main theme, or you can buy the music box, right? It's a little pricey. I splurged for it. I have that, and I have the first 4 Vi statue, but I haven't actually... It's in storage, and I need to have it for when I go to other places later on. So I know that there's a fucking... So there's the Maw of Tartarus right there. Ancient Palace is, like, closer to the mountains, so I want to find that. As I go through the game, I try and grab as many discoveries as I can, because I have to recruit a character, and recruiting them requires I have a lot of discoveries. Also, they just earn me money, and at one point in the game, I need to have 100,000 gold, which isn't too hard to get, but it's better if I don't have to, like, grind for it, which is a bummer. It's just one of the few times there's a gate in the game behind any content or anything that's just, like, you know, not brilliant. But ultimately, this is partially a game about putting in the goddamn work, so that's fine. Vise might get knocked out here. That'd be super disappointing, excuse me. Cupel hasn't upgraded yet. He's still Cupel Sword, or maybe even Cupel... No, Cupel Claymore is later on. So it should be Cupel Sword. One of my favorite goddamn characters in a game. I love all these characters. I love Fino so much. First four is making an Ica statue, which I kind of want. But I want it mostly so that they'll make a Fino statue. What an astounding character. So I don't want to go to the Maw of Tartarus yet. I want to go near like some of these mountains, if I remember correctly. Shit, it's so hard to find. I'm looking for a very specific discovery. I'm looking for the ancient palace. And then I don't think I need to worry about discoveries for a while. I think the next time I'll need to it's like all the stuff leading to Decat's Island. So Skull Rock and a couple other things. And then there are more discoveries up and below the clouds, which is great. So this game is full of things to explore. I think making the player actually have to find the discoveries is really cool. It encourages you to really engage with the space in a way that I don't think a lot of overworlds really do. And in general, it's just like better, right? So like it ties into the narrative and like what these characters are doing. It's really cool. Discovery mechanics are a little problematic always in the sense of like, who, like, are you really discovering this shit? Like I go to Ixotaka and I'm like, I found Ixotaka, and it's like, people were already there, bro. So it doesn't always sidestep that stuff, but this game has a genuine zeal. I almost said zool. Like a zeal for culture and worldly experience that I think a lot of other games don't have, which is why that sort of stuff is a slipping point for me, but not a deal breaker. This tends to be a game that really is curious about peoples, which I think is very good. Is it up against one of the walls here? Can I look at the map? Sometimes looking at the map helps me. Yeah, it doesn't completely sidestep that stuff, right? I think it's impossible to, given the setting that the game is in. Yeah, I'm not going to the Maw of Tartarus until I can find... Well, the Maw of Tartarus. Until I can find, the fucking ancient palace. I do think it's important that we very often see Vise and Ica and folks genuinely curious about the places that they're in. Right? Like the way that they approach things in Yafutoma, right? It's deliberately contrasted with the Empire. The Empire just kind of comes in Matthew Perry style and does all that bullshit. Meanwhile, Vise and Ica and the other folks come in and they're like pretty respectful, all things considered. I mean, they don't know everything. So I appreciate that, right? It'd be much more frustrating if our heroes were like presumptuous or like arrogant, which they thankfully are not. Yeah, because that's the Maw of Tartarus right there, and I don't want to grab it yet. I think the palace is this way, maybe. Come on, come on, come on! Oh, it's so hard to find discoveries. But that's my plan right now. Oh god, so hard. Where is it? I almost want to look it up. I know it's near mountains. I don't mind. Leveling up is fine. I know it's near mountains, is what I remember. If I go east from Maw. Interesting. Well, we'll get there. Somebody once told me that there's ways to guarantee counterattacks if you time a button press right, and I believe that, but it's still imperfect. I like that this game has positional attacks in the sense that things can attack in a line or a couple other directions that make the attacks you choose matter. It's a little disappointing because your characters just automatically do shit. So like this probably hits these two here. But, you know, that's because Ica just happened to be standing there at the right angle. Not because I positioned her there deliberately and made a choice to it's like optimize my battle experience or whatever. Counterattack. It's one of the only downsides of the combat system. Otherwise, I like this combat system a lot. It's very clean. Yeah, right. It invalidates a lot of yellow magic. Because most of that attacks on a line. Just not great. So that should be Sacralin. Is it not? What just happened? Her green magic increased, right? Didn't it not increase? She didn't get anything from it. Fuck, I'm lost. Okay. Back to the maw. I feel like it's this way, right? Just spamming my buttons right now. That sucks. And then there's going to be a moment here where we have to find Rocknum in the mist, and it's actually one of my least favorite moments in the game. I think it would be interesting if you had to move characters around. That's my general position on that. I don't think you need to, right? I think this combat system's fine. I think it'd be interesting if you could guide them. I think a game nowadays would probably actually have that. Which would kind of blur the lines between a JRPG system and a tactics system. The Scorpion silenced me. What about my First Amendment rights? I'm being oppressed. Fina, fucking get him. Damn it. Drachma, get him. Oh, fantastic. Loopers give good magic experience. They don't give a lot of experience, I don't believe. They're kind of like the metal slimes of this game. In that their evasion is incredibly high and their magic defense is really high. Yeah, wow, Fina's green magic increased and nothing really came of it? So there's the Maw of Tardis. And somebody said go east. Which would mean here, right? That don't seem right. I think it's west. I think it's west. I think it's west and a little further back towards the start of the continent. I'm running. I'm actually skipping a battle for once. Well, I guess I'm actually fighting it. I'll have Reign of Swords next month, next month. Next round, which is good. Electris. We actually get to see some yellow magic. That's going to hit Fina and Ica. It's wide enough to hit Drachma? That's amazing. I'm kind of surprised by that. This just means we're going to destroy everything. I'm excited because we're going to get to see Gilder today. And Gilder is... he's a troublemaker. Big old troublemaker. Oh, weird. We don't even need to use it that much. Good for my team. Thanks, team.
That wasn't so bad.
Vize's voice changes a little bit. If you put the game disc in a CD player, they give a whole spiel about how you need to put it in the Dreamcast. They're like, you need to put us back in the Dreamcast so we can do our job. And you're like, yeah, I should do that. So the Maw is this way. I'm just obsessed enough with this shit. So past the crater, maybe? Right? Oh, for fuck's sake. I'm okay with it getting experience, though. Though I know this isn't the deep, exciting experience that maybe all of you want to watch, but it is one of the most authentic Skies of Arcadia experiences that you're ever going to see on Twitch. Eternity is a spell with a chance of instant death. There you go. See you, Drachma. In South Ocean, there were monsters that had pretty much... I think they might have had Eternum, which is like bananas. That shouldn't be a thing. No early game enemy should have Eternum. I don't mind the high encounter rate in this game, really. It's a little inconvenient when you're trying to find a specific location or something, but... There's never been a fight in this game that I've not enjoyed. Basically. Oh, Fina! Good for you.
That wasn't so bad.
My actual annoyance is something that applies to this fight, which is that if a character is knocked out, they don't get experience points, which is kind of a bummer. So if you die right before the end of a boss fight or something, your character loses out on some huge experience gains, which is, for me, I think, a very frustrating design system. Yeah, I feel like it's this way, right? In between... Yep, there it is. We were going in the wrong direction. Oh, there we go. Great. Now we can go to the Maw. There's going to be a boss fight. Well, not quite a boss fight, but there's going to be some guards we have to beat up. And then we're going to be like, we don't know how to open this ancient seal to a monster. And the answer is, yeah, of course you don't. There we go. Maw of Tardis. The actual thing is that we come back here and we fight the yellow Gigas much later. Whoa, wait, hold on. Is it this way? You can hear some of my controllers beeping, which means that there's a cham nearby. There we go. Oh, it's a chom. That's crappy. Choms are not cool. Choms mess up your evolution. They drop you back, which means that you can sometimes go down unique evolution paths to give Cupil some new weapons, but generally you don't really use them. One thing that's tricky here is I'm on my Dreamcast. One of the things that has the last cham on it is an island. that you were usually supposed to download from a website, because the Dreamcast was the first console to really have like a proper in-interface browser where you could download extra content, downloadable content really, before we had a good concept of it. There are ways for me to get that. It mostly just means unlock, really. So I think a lot of it is on disk. There's ways for me to get that, but it mostly involves like burning CD images so that I can have access to special save files, or like stuff that just I can have on my VMU. It means kind of spoofing some stuff in homebrewing, which isn't a problem. It's just like Skies of Arcadia Legends just has that island always available, which is smart. Which means that if I don't figure things out here, I can't get Final Cupel, which is Cupel's obviously final weapon, which is actually stronger than Vise's final weapon. Fina actually gets the strongest weapon in the game, which I think is really cool. Final Cupel is just like Kirby. It just like consumes an enemy and spits them out and does a ton of damage. It's really great. This is just a normal fight against some minions. If I really cared, I could do some elemental stuff here, but I don't know if I really want to, right? I don't feel a particular need. I'll just save up for Rain of Swords next round. So we'll just do attack this round, bang, 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 and then go from there. If I really cared, yellow is, believe it or not, weak to silver. So I could always just start using silver stuff here, and then I'd be fine. Well, his sword's kind of like designed for it, right? I can move the camera here a little bit. It's like maybe not the crossguard. There's actually a way to take off his eye patch during the middle of fights too, which is very funny. So we're just gonna do Rain of Swords, and that might not completely end the fight, but it'll bring us close. I like value in soldiers. They're just stormtroopery enough. Like they're just kind of just close enough to being fucking goobers. It's great. But also I take them seriously a little. Can I show off the eye patch thing? Probably. I need to look it up. Vises. Eye patch. Yeah, it's a little weird. It doesn't really do anything. It's a button command. So let's see if I can do this right. There we go. There you go. Vise without his eye patch. Yeah, it's like a monocle. It's like a goggle. Yeah. And you hear him sigh, which is very funny. Yep, just a little funny thing. Skull Shield might be a fun thing to use here. In the sense that, oh, Fina just needs more moon berries. God damn it. In the sense that if anybody physically attacks us, they're basically fucked. You don't really use Skull Shield a lot unless you know you're going up against a boss that uses physical attacks exclusively. What Skull Shield does is it nullifies all physical attacks and immediately triggers a counterattack. Which is cool. So like this won't do anything, right? 0 damage, instant counterattack. Useful skill in certain edge cases. Ica might die here. Yeah, unfortunate. I was hoping that maybe just to use normal attacks throughout. It's fine. It's like a random battle. If it's a boss fight, I'd be a little bit more frustrated. Vise got knocked unconscious during the Executioner fight in the Grand Coliseum, and he missed out on a fair bit of experience, which I thought was like just such bullcrap. And because Aika's dead, it just targets Fina. Great, she's at full health. Congrats, Fina. Although Fina does have... I was going to say, I think she has... Oh, she does have Rizelum. Look at her. Ahead of the curve. That's great. I didn't know that I just, like, blew through her silver growth there. That's amazing. Will this work? It's like a coin flip. 50-50 chance. There we go. Nailed it. Look at that. Yeah, like, there are games that used to do that, right? It used to be a thing where, you know, there's a lot of games where if you have characters on the bench, they just don't earn experience points, which I think is just, like, not the best, right? Like, you want people, if, like, you know, RPGs are supposed to be challenging to a certain degree or another, but largely they're vessels for telling stories, and the numbers that take place during fights are just abstractions of certain things. Like, nobody's really firing magic cannons or whatever. It's all abstract. I mean, the numbers underneath it are the things that express what's going on within those abstracted systems. In an ideal form, I would think, in a lot of ways, either two things happen. Either your systems really back up something you want to do thematically, or you just have systems that allow people to broadly experience things. Or you have systems that really facilitate a certain style and aesthetic. A good example of this is like Resonance of Fate, which is just like so on Matrix bullshit. It's a really cool battle system. Very memorable. So now we learn that they're about to attack Nazarad, the capital of Nazar. The company. I've been playing a lot of Final Fantasy lately, or I was, FF7. I streamed through a lot of that game. It was a good experience. I almost kind of want to restream through that game. I thought Remake was an incredible game. The country in the desert. And then they're like, oh, a giant whale was here. Our admiral is searching for it. And now we're going to look for Rocknum, which is Drachma's whole deal. He wants to fucking destroy things. I don't want a sequel for this game. I think a sequel for this game would be really weird. I mean, I think you could do it. I think the world's vibrant enough that there's all sorts of stuff you could do. But it would have to maintain the same tone. Like, the last thing I would want... oh, I just leveled up my pirate ranking because I chose a good choice there. I do them all, like, pretty much second, like, off the top of my head now. I know them all pretty automatically. There's a lot of things you could do about, like, Vi's on adventures and, oh no, like, oh, what, the secret of the Black Moon and blah, blah, blah. Like, all sorts of things you could do. Give me 20 minutes, I could outline something. Is there more? Is there multiple choms here? I can't find it, even though I'm running around bashing my pickup button. There it is. Is there any more choms? Or is it just 2 choms? That's very odd. Aren't there only... Oh no, there's... I was gonna say, aren't there only 3 in the whole game? And the answer is no, there's 3 Aberchams in the whole game. One of which we need to get in Nazarad before it's destroyed, or else we never get it. So I have to be careful when I finally get control of Aika and Fina again. Where is it? My controller's beeping. You can hear my controller. God damn it. Where is it? This is a true video game experience if I've ever seen one. It's further down this way, right? Oh, on top of like this weird hill, right? I'm hitting the buttons. God damn it. Jesus Christ. Ah! Game, please. My controller's going crazy. It's vibrating. Oh, this is killing me. Absolutely killing me. Oh. Awful. Choms are weird. They make Cupel barf up all of his chams. A lot of people tell me that they miss my games criticism, which is very flattering. I feel like I left writing a very big piece that explained a lot of things. About what I think games criticism should be. I will say right now, I wish that people were more critical immediately upon the release of a certain major release, but I think embargoes made that vaguely impossible for them to do with any degree of confidence, which tells you a lot about the purpose of embargoes, or at least the occasional purpose of embargoes. But I won't talk too much about that, because I'm on the other side of the aisle now. One of my favorite scenes of the game, which is just Vise and Drachma up on the deck. With one of the most, I think, evocative images that is in a game. And it's only something that Drachma talks about. It's actually not something that you get to see. Where's the door to the deck itself? I always forget. There it is. Drachma, my buddy. I think this is a really good scene. I think sometimes... First off, I think this game is really good about understanding 3D space in the sense that it actually uses its camera in some very deliberate ways. Which speaks... I think it speaks a lot to the developers of this game that their overworlds are great and their dungeons have so many different layers to them of verticality. And that their cutscenes understand how to really do camera cuts and stuff in a way that's really effective. And they also know when to use silence, which is great. Like, they made a very confident game here, which is nice to me, because I think in recent years I've seen a lot of games that try and do like cinematic stuff, like one shot or XYZ thing, and it never feels motivated by what's happening in the scene. It just seems motivated by a desire to prove that that a team can do it, right? But you use the tools that are right for a scene, and here it's like, it's important to understand like have some good cuts. Like, it's totally fine. Like a cut and then like a little push in there. It's like, it's not much, but it matters. The box is full of feathers. His son used to collect feathers. His son Jack. I love this scene. It's very, very good. Little Jack. I think it's so funny that this game is like kind of cartoony, but then when it hits these moments, they work incredibly well. And I think that can't happen without this game being as earnest as it is about everything else. Because it knows when to be funny and silly and dramatic and all sorts of different things. And then occasionally this game actually knows when to be really quiet. Which, quite frankly, not a lot of games do, and not a lot of games still do. Don't always know when to find their quieter moments, especially their quieter character moments. Also, that's just good very basic but good camera movement. It could be very easy to do like shot, counter shot here and call it a day, but they don't. I'm not saying it's brilliant, right? I'm saying that it's just a game that understands that in a 3D space, you have control of the camera and can make it do pretty much anything. Another game that recently did this that was actually really good about it was A Way Out by Joseph Fares. Which, say what you will about Joseph, I've met him before, and I think he's an intimately energetic human being. But he was a filmmaker, so he understands that once he's in a digital space, he doesn't have a lot of restrictions, and he can do a lot of stuff. Yes, but I talked over part of the thing here, which is the most powerful image. One of the most powerful images referred to in this game is Jack falling off the boat and clutching to the feathers in his hands, as if they would keep him aloft. Just like a killer image, right? Just like really good. And also Drachma is like a character is like really stiff for a while, and then he starts to open up. And I think one thing I like about this game, one thing I really like about this game is that the first half of the game spends a lot of time embracing certain cliches, and then the latter half of the game ends up subverting them or playing with them, where you think that this dude is, you think that they're doing like a straight up Ahab thing, which they are a little. And then by the end of the game, they actually have a much more, I think, maybe not better, right, but an interesting solution to the question of Drachma and Rachnam, because I think Moby Dick's a fair enough book. But still interesting, right, in that they're willing to take a player's understanding of something that this thing is gesturing towards and play with it. I always forget where I'm supposed to go here. Genuinely always deeply forget where I'm supposed to go here, which means usually that I'm stuck heading the wrong way. The clue here is the fog. That's basically your only clue. This moment shouldn't have combat. This is an actual complaint, but it doesn't have to do with the combat system. This moment just should be quiet. Like, I just talked about this game knowing when to be quiet, and it does. It does know when to be quiet. And then also this is a moment where it doesn't always get it. Like, there should be nothing but the sound of the arc whale here. Right? If I was going through this game and making adjustments and changes, there we go, I would actually say, well, this is a moment where we can't allow the player any combat. Cannon fire. This is the one time we see Ramirez's flagship, the Monaceros. Literally the only time. Let me see Drachma. The giant purple whale. I wonder if something else is going on with him. But I think this is the only time. Maybe we see it once during the Nazrad stuff, but I think this is maybe the only time we really see the Monaceros. Well, I think it's interesting, right? Because the fact that they confuse Rachnam for an arc whale, which he is not, means that arc whales do exist. Ramirez. I'm gonna get one of his things tattooed on my arm. Oh, we actually do have some fights here. I forgot. I guess we're just fighting some gunboats. That's easy. Like I said, air combat in this game is really great. The grid system seems really simplistic at first, and then it turns out the grid The grid is really just a canvas that you can use to paint all sorts of interesting scenarios. It's like deeply good shit. Even something as basic as a torpedo turn like that, right? It's just very good. Gets even better once you really have enough spirit to use tons of sub cannons and keep up the power of like and all sorts of stuff. Really great. I like this system. I like when you get crew members finally and can start doing some interesting things with them. Not all of them are equally useful, but they're still pretty good. I'm gonna heal at the top of this turn. Prophecy. Yeah, but you don't really need to use Prophecy if you have Pirate's Wrath. Prophecy is weird. Prophecy is also something the game doesn't tell you about. So what Brohan Jams in chat is talking about is a move called Prophecy, where after you get the Delphinus, if you max out all your spirit points, you have two abilities that you can use. One is called Prophecy, where you literally just drop a moon on top of your enemy. Pretty great. And then another ends up being... Blue Rogues, where you can use your team, and depending on who's assigned to your crew at a certain time, it ends up doing some healing or some damage. And yeah, they're pointing out in chat that it does have an advantage of completely skipping your opponent's turn, but that's such high SP cost, right? When I could be doing I feel like I'd be doing so much more with a full SP gauge than just an attack that pushes the turn forward. Right? Doesn't always feel like it's very utile to me. It can be very powerful, super powerful. Especially if items that allow you to boost your SP like very quickly, but you know. It's your birthday, or was your birthday yesterday? Good. Yeah, I'm I'm still a little sick, so I can't go out and do too much stuff. I did go to the corner store this morning for drinks, including and some other things, including these little peanut butter bites with like hemp and CBD, which I don't usually do that stuff very often, but I'm allowed. And this is very simple, right? Fight aggressively. Harpoon cannon. This is one of the cool things too. If you actually have a torpedo marker going down in the thing and you do a harpoon cannon on the top of the round, they actually overlap each other there in your interface, which usually isn't how it's supposed to go. But that's fine. I don't really mind it. So this is just like a well-played fight here. Like, there's no way we don't win this next round because we're going to have torpedoes and harpoon cannon hit. The next segment's going to be really cool of this game. I like what this next segment of the game does in terms of there's a pretty low-key segment with Vise and then some stuff with Ica and Fina. I think the game approaches it with a lot of confidence, which I really like. Did I mention I like this game? I do, because I think it also, in retrospect, as I get older, does very smart things. I want to write a book about this game, but I need to talk to the right people. But I want to write a book about this game, I've decided. And I'm just arrogant enough to say that I'm very good at writing books, and I think it should be me. I might even send off some emails to get that ball rolling. Because that won't conflict with my contract if I write a book. My contract would mostly stipulates things like, hey, don't tell everybody how our games were made. Right, that's the normal stuff that's in any video game studio contract of like, you can't sell our inventions for money. And you're like, why would I do that? That's absurd. Though some studios used to be pretty strict about works, right? You can't do work at a studios that technically distracts from your duties at your studio, which means probably that you can't have a restaurant that works during the same hour. Like, you can't be a restaurant manager and have to go manage your restaurant while you're also doing stuff at the studio, which would be stupid. But in some places, it used to be that you didn't have the rights to anything you made. I think Sony and a couple other places used to be, maybe not now anymore, used to be really aggressive about this. So the ship is going down, and we need to get to the escape, the life rafts. No, I think for a while studios were just really restrictive like that, or at least specifically publishers had a certain strictness to them, right? And you know, I understand it completely. Right? This is a good moment. Good moment for Drachma. I'm not reading out all the voice lines here, so if I'm going through the dialogue too fast, let me know. It's just I know the story beats. And also I'm a speed reader. By which I mean, if I tried to explain to you what pages of books look like to me, they look like pictures. I don't read words individually bit for bit, so. There we go. Good moment. This whole section, very, very good. Firing on lifeboats. Ramirez, you piece of shit. Knocks Vise off course. Somebody just wanted to say hello. How am I? Good. A little sick. If I'm being honest, some anxiety lately. But you know. That's life. That's just life. I like playing cool games with my friends. Don't like when they're like, actually, we already played today. And I'm like, well, I wish I could have fucking known. But I'm streaming today, so it doesn't really matter. But it's definitely a thing where it's just like, you know. I need changes of pace. Been playing a lot of Phantasy Star. Still doing stuff in Final Fantasy 14. FF14's kind of quiet right now. I won't say it's not dead, right? People still love that game. But because the latest patch was pushed back so much, people kind of feel like they're in-game. It's like, well, we've already gone through raid tiers. We've done XYZ. This is Crescent Island, although it won't be called Crescent Island. The patch should be this month or at the start of next month. So for a while, we're just going to play a section of a game where we're on a deserted island. Which is, which is pretty good. Like I said, this is a game that knows when to be a little bit more still. Also, it's important that we explore this island and get to know it beforehand, because eventually, spoiler alert, this is going to be where our base is located on this island. And we get to transform it into all sorts of stuff. Somebody says, I do like Yoshi P's philosophy of if you need a break, take a break. So we have something similar to that at Double Fine, where what we've been doing is allowing is the wrong word for it, but we've had it so once a month, there's just a day off. Because quarantine is just like such a draining experience. You know, you're trying to make a game and do all sorts of stuff. It's just like a process, right? And so we had Friday off, which was good. How long does this game average? 40 hours or so, I would say. Probably a little bit more. I'm not going to check the corpse there yet, because I want to come here and get the cham. And some other stuff. Oh no, it's a moonberry. I think Double Fine, from my experience thus far, has been really good about telling people, hey, if you really need to rest, go for it. Or at least, hey, we will find time to have some time where you don't have to worry about the game. Yeah, this is about a third of the way through, maybe a little bit more. We have to check out this guy's bones. His name is Gonzalez. Gonzalez has a map, but it's only half of the map. What's up half of the map? Who knows? And Vi's, like any good protagonist, is like, I should keep this. I am at Double Fine now. I haven't updated my profile thing here on Twitch because I haven't found a particular need to do so yet, but also because I was busy and I wasn't paying attention to my Twitch channel is the real answer. This is my first time streaming in maybe a little less than a month, which is hectic. Good thing is here we only have to go through so many days of Vi's live on the island. Which is to say that we do get to spend a lot of time on the island and understand its space, and which gives meaning to how we use it later on. But also, it's only like 3 or 4 days of his experiences on an island. But it's, you know, montaged to say that, you know, maybe it's taken weeks or whatever. Which is pretty good. And a lot of it is... There's one point here in this game, in this section, where I might stumble up, where you need to find firewood. I forget where some of it is. Not the worst thing, but definitely me... Well, hold on. One more moonberry and I can get Pirate's Wrath. Shit. I do want Pirate's Wrath as soon as possible. Does anyone know if Gilder starts with Gunslinger? He probably doesn't, right? Because I want Gunslinger for the fight in Decat's Island. I want Vise and Gilder to be able to do damage back to back. It ends up being important. He starts with Gunslinger? Fucking awesome. And then Aura of Denial and Claudia, which you don't need those two, but they are very cool. You don't usually need Aura of Denial because you have Aika and she has Delta Shield. Which is why I've brought in Gilder to the final fights in this game before, but usually most people bring Enrique just because he has Justice Shield, and damage mitigation for that final fight is really important. Aika and Fina. That's a really good expression. Some of the character expressions in this game are really great. This is Clara. It's funny because like now I'm like Clara and Gilder's age. Although I think Gilder might technically be older than me. Right, like Gilder's like 32 or some shit, right? So, but it's so funny to... Obviously, I identify a lot with Fina and stuff, but there's definitely, you know, as I get older, I'm like, oh yeah, these characters. Like, I get it. Sort of. Right, it's very funny. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Like, right, it is weird to get to the age of certain older JRPG party members, right? Like, although to be fair, I think like someone like Bosch in Final Fantasy 12 is like in his 40s or some shit. So, but also I watch a lot of Gundam, and I've been watching Gundam Wing right now because my friends do a Gundam podcast. And it's very funny for Zex Marquise to be like a grizzled war fighter while he's also like 19 years old or some shit. It's very, very funny. Yeah, I'm gonna get a copy of that shoulder tattoo that she has, and I'm gonna have that go next on my arm. Wait, does Fina not have her veil? She doesn't right now. That's Belle. You can recruit her onto your ship. So they're going to end up in Nazrad. And then it's interesting. You have these two stories of them stuck in Nazrad and then Vi's on the island. Doom, 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 doom. Nazrad has an Abric Cham. Which I need to get. Because if I don't get it now, I can't get it later because Nazrad, spoiler alert, gets destroyed by the Empire. They're like, oh, we could go to war with Nazrad, or Nazar, and they just instead swoop in and destroy everything. Claire's off to find the man he loves. Biological clock ticking, not that much. Did I do the cutscene with the hole in Ika's wall? Yeah, to show it off. I'm not a fan of peeping scenes, but I think it's funny because Ika beats Vise up for it. And Vise makes a good point of like, why did you put that there if you didn't want me to check out what the deal with this thing was? We received Clara's purse. And now we play as Ika for a bit, which is cool. I like when games are like, hey, a whole section from other people's perspectives. Very useful. It's one of the things I like about Suikoden 3 a lot. Suikoden 3 is actually my favorite in that series. I think it's better. I think it's better than Suikoden 2. Suikoden 2 is not a bad game by any standard, but I think 3 is the one more interested in the flow of power insofar as like, what does it mean to be a woman commander? What does it mean to be a member of a tribe whose land is being encroached upon? What does it mean to be a mercenary for a nation that you know is doing bad shit? Like, just tons of good stuff in that game. This is the guy we talked to for the Abric Cham. Super important to have because we can't get it. Can't get it. And then Cupel on my little VMU screen is going nom 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 nom, and you get to hear him beep probably in a second. What is Cupel at now? Cupel star, very cool. I have a little thing on my screen that says level up. You can't see it. If you need to know, look up Dreamcast VMU. It is a memory card with a little picture. I need to get batteries for this so I can play Pinta's Quest and just have a ton of moonberries. I think there's a chest with a seed somewhere here. Right? Is it back here? No. I know that there's a chest with a seed. It's like a sylph seed or something. And it only matters to me because I want to grab stuff beforehand. Maybe he's down this way. Mostly I just want to grab stuff before I'm unable to once the city is destroyed. I genuinely don't remember where it is, though. I think the thing we have to do here is go to Osman. Right? Value in Loqua. Or non-alcoholic, whatever. Where is it? Goddamn. In one of the Discords I'm in, one of the translators or localizers for this game is there. Yeah, but you can talk to Osman first and be like, give us money. And Osman's like, whoa! Why would I do that? I'm Osman. And you're like, I don't know, because I'll recruit you into my ship later. The Discovery Guild is this way. Can I sell my discoveries now? I'm curious. Huh? Oh, the thing might be up here. Weapons. No money. I swear, isn't it up here? Oh, there's the chest there. We go down here and then around, yeah. Look at that, video games. There we go, it's a seed. I knew it was a seed. It was like a sylph seed or a vital seed or something. Let's try and go to the Sailors Guild and see if I can sell. Although that might defeat the purpose of the story beat right now. They probably won't let me. Seeds are OP, which is why you get Ilkmus. And they just have a bunch of money and buy seeds from him, and all of a sudden you've kicked everyone's ass in the game. Up top, right? Look at the Vise. They do have one for Vise. They do. That's something that this game doesn't have that the Dreamcast version has, which are bounties. Yeah, they actually don't let me turn in my discoveries, which is a bummer. But we can talk to Osman, which I think is this way. Maybe up even a little further up. Oh, that's the bartender. Yes, there's a full-on 20th anniversary coming. How do I even reach Osman from here? Do I gotta go up and around? I would love for there to be just any sort of remaster. I do this just because it actually does change your dialogue later. Osman's weird. I like the cat on Osman's head. What will you offer as collateral? I don't know. Fina. No, don't. I love the cat on Osman's head. Precious, precious money. Look at the cat pillows and everything too. What a cute cushion. Cat on the lady's head must be the model. She must really like cats. If you just like look around places, there's so much extra dialogue in this game, which is very, very interesting. Yeah, Nazar, big mixture of like like very Arabian stuff and all sorts of different things. So now we gotta go talk to the bartender, and I think that ends our time right now in this portion of Aika's story. I like this whole section of the game. I think it's fun. I talked to Osmond. I thought you would just talk to the bartender. I think we go actually up into the hotel proper, right? Which is the other way? It's near the entrance, I believe. I think it's this way. They do a good job about talking about like combat veterans in this game and like people who fought in the First War. Like, not in a deep way, but they do have folks who we do a lot of stuff. Yeah, I actually think so. This up 3 Yafatomo is pretty good. All the stuff in Esperanza is fantastic. Dark Rift is weird. Dark Rift's going to take me a little bit of time to go through because I want to grab as many stuff as possible. I want to grab Robinson and stuff. It's really hard. Good lighting in this game. Just like, I don't know, there's just small things that actually add a lot of vibrancy to the world. Right, just like little touches. Good camera. Like, again, just good camera stuff. Yeah, this game's amazing. Just a small thing, right? Because then they use this as the way to cut to Vise. And this idea that these characters who are separated are both looking up at the same sky. Or vaguely the same sky. It's like, such a simple thing, but I could kiss it, right? Gorgeous. Fuck video games. For being good sometimes. I think this is the one where we need to hunt for food. Or maybe it's the one where we need fire. No, it's the one where we have to hunt for food. Which mostly just means fighting grappas or whatever they're called. Grape nuts. They're not really called grape nuts, but that's what I pretend they're called. Which is fine. We have to fight them until we have like 10 or 15 harvested or something? Is there something here? Good news is for this. Well, actually, I'm going to show you another thing that can be useful for this. So these enemies don't have skills, which means that they mostly just use physical attacks. Ah, well. Which means that I will eventually be able to use Skull Shield and just have, like, huge dividends. I guess Pyre would be easier, right? Because Pyre is what? 2? And Skull Shield is 5? That's not what I meant to do. Yeah, let's see how Pyre does. But also, they don't have a lot of skills, so you can use Skull Shield to a pretty big advantage here.
That was easy.
There's a couple different options. How long do I plan to stream for today? Until I get tired. I'm gonna imagine at least 3 or 4 more hours. So, you know, that'll be good. I want to get the Delphinus, which means doing this, doing Decat's Island, doing the jail, and then getting the Delphinus. So that'd be nice. I don't want to push myself today just because I do feel sick still, and there's this part of me that just wants to really engage with some of my friends. No offense, you are my friends, but you know, I want to engage with friends that I know. So there's that. We'll see how it goes. This is only going to get me 2 meat? That'd be a bummer.
That was easy.
It would be much easier to hunt if you did have access to fire magic. So what, we have 8 now, we need 15, I think? This portion of the desert island stuff isn't too bad. It gets a little crappier later on when you have to find the sticks, and I always forget where they are. Well, my thing is, like, the last time I streamed this was almost a month ago because life got really hectic, right? The job change took my focus. I just needed some time to unwind. There were all the protests and the cop shit, which wasn't fun, and, you know, just had to focus on that. And to a certain degree, like, once I feel better again, I'm going to go out to more marches and things like that just because you can't stop. But definitely needed today to relax a little.
That was easy.
Pyrulen! That's perfect. I can switch him over to different magic now. Because he just reached the pinnacle of magics. What's the next sort of magic that he should learn? Maybe blue or something, so he can have both Incram and Quicka? Well, what magic does he have? Sacras. It'd be interesting for him to have Sacrum, but doesn't seem necessary. This is fine here. Yeah, I kind of want him to have access to Quicka. Just for my own benefit, for some of the fights that are coming up ahead, would be useful.
Moons, give me strength.
Black characters in the game. I think there are a couple. The fact that I have to think about it is not a great sign. More rapport meat. They're not grapes. Grape flavored. Which is a bummer. But yeah, I'll end up finishing this game for sure. And I hope that the streams together, I'll end up putting them on my YouTube too. Right, I want to be able to stream and stuff. There's going to be a period of time where I can't do shit because I'm going to end up moving across the country. And that's terrifying for the record. I don't know how that's going to work right now. Everybody seems to think that the virus is okay, and the answer is no, it's fucking not. I know way too many people who've gotten sick. I knew way too many people who have died or have had members of the family who have died. So it's like, I don't know about that, Chief. Today we have to find sticks, if this is the day that I'm thinking of. I think one's inside the cave. It ends up being fire and then moonstones. And then we get to meet Gilder, a character who just lights up the screen. Most of the characters in this game light up the screen, but Gilder has just an absolute swagger, powerful energy. Good costume design too. Yeah, dance for me. Good. Gunslinger is such a great skill. It's such a basic skill. just a big frontal cone where you can fire just a fuck ton of bullets. Yeah, we gotta find sticks. I don't remember if there are some inside this cave or not. I always forget. I think most of them are on the island, which is a hassle. It is a hassle in the sense of just like, the island isn't big, but sometimes the sticks are hiding in like weird ass spots. There's one. There's another. I think there's one this way. How many do I need to get? I think it's like 4 or 5. It's one by the water, I think, right? Yeah, there's one. They blend in, which sucks. Not my favorite thing. The thing that makes it harder than anything else is the camera. Although you can first person as in this game. With mixed usefulness. Not always the most useful thing. But there's one there. I think it's up here. Might be wrong. I do remember using the save point as a frame of reference at one point, though. Although it might just be north and ways, this ways or something. It's so hard to tell, because we're just looking for the one now. Thankfully, I don't think we get any random encounters here right now, so. But if you spot it, shout! So I hear you. Yeah, I don't think they would ever commit the resources to a full remake of this game. And I think we should all accept that. A port of some kind. Maybe with some spruced up graphics and some other things. Maybe running at a delicious 60 frames per second. But certainly not a remake. Sega can just make a lot more money just being like, here's Yakuza, or whatever. A franchise which I'm so glad has seen the commercial success that it genuinely deserves. I'm very happy for all my friends who work at Sega. Shit though. This is always the problem, is that I always forget where the last one is, because it's always random and different each time. I feel like we haven't looked around this way much, right? Ugh, it's so hard. It'd be so much easier if I had a little bit more control over my camera, which I don't. Fucking... God damn it. This is when I just rotate my camera for posterity. Right, because for all I know, it's hiding in this little crevice here or something. This is one of the only not hard parts of the game, but definitely one of the parts where you just go like, damn it! We haven't really checked up by Gonzalez much. I don't think there's anything in here, but it's entirely possible. Ugh, such a pain. We do have that moonberry, though, which is nice. Oh, it drives me bonkers, though. Oh, shit. You see me walk around like an idiot for a little bit. Wish I just had a smidge more camera control here, but I don't. And I shouldn't be able to miss them because they are just big sticks. Where is the last? Where is the last one? It's... yeah, this is... Every time I play through the game, this is what happens, though. There they are. See, it's like really kind of hard to find. Just in the sense of like weird angles. I was like, maybe I should try approaching it from a different side. And then this is just the moonstones, which are easier to find. I'm reading some articles and I wish that people were speaking out a little bit more about crunch and other shit. That's my song for today. Just gotta. You just gotta. You just gotta. I love looking at how this game looks on stream because it has a... Because I'm playing off the original hardware, right? Technically, it is being upscaled to maybe 1080p even, but it's definitely Sterling. I don't watch Sterling's videos, unfortunately. Rhetorically, I don't find his style compelling or helpful, but that's me speaking as a critic and not as any other form of professional. I'm glad that people do talk about that stuff. I'm glad for anybody who talks about that stuff. I just wish more people at certain places with a little bit of clout behind them were doing it a little bit more too. Completely necessary. Has to be done. Yeah, there's one. A good thing I'd remember where these are a little bit more. I think a lot of people's styles and stylistic gimmicks grew out of a desire to be a little bit more like sellable in some strange ways, where I don't think we need that anymore. It's like, for those of you who remember Yahtzee, it's like, what was his style? Talking fast and being cynical, and it's like, man, I wish I kind of wish that that was somebody who broke things down a little bit more instead of sticking with the gimmick, right? That's just me, though. This should be the last moonstone. And then this should mean we'll get to meet Gilder soon. Whatever works for people to kind of access their inner muse, though. I just think, like, I don't know. So this is me speaking as an individual and as a critic. Maybe even ex-critic, right? I don't know how much I even have skin in that game anymore, but I feel like if your style's not evolving, your voice is not evolving, or the way that you approach things isn't changing significantly, then maybe something's wrong. I look back at my older reviews. I, in fact, linked a Titanfall 2 review to my Twitter the other day, and it's very clear I'm still finding myself. And even then, I think there are statements of hyperbole. There are some hyperbolic statements in that review, which I would go back and I would tweak now if I had the ability to. Not because I think that game isn't deserving of hyperbole. It's one of the few games I think does deserve many of the hyperbole that people thrust upon it. I think Titanfall 2 is an astounding made game, just absolutely fantastic. But you know, there's ways to break that down into some more constituent parts, which is interesting. Skies of Arcadia, he's getting his ship to work, little buddy. And then we're going to get close to our next dungeon, which is kind of cool. A ship! That's a view from his eye patch, which is like a super scope. It's great. Nice little camera shot here. The Claudia is a great ship. And I like that the Claudia's shtick is that it's fast. Right, it's like this skirmisher ship. Vise, so good. Gilder, so good. Every single character of this game, I fucking adore. It's Willie. We have a bird named Willie in our apartment. I like how they're like, he's 17, he's still basically a baby, and you're like, yeah, 17's pretty young. And yet he's badass. Love Vise. Gilder. It's so funny to be like, oh, this is like the character that's vaguely my age now. Just a dude who's been at it for a while, and you're like, yeah. Oh, so good. I love Gilder. So good. Like, just the way that his eyebrows are cocked, like, perfectly, right? Like, the facial expressions in this game are very basic. They're just a handful of sheets that are put onto the face, but they're very nice. Women are like sunsets. They're beautiful, but there will be a different one tomorrow. Gilder, you goofer. This looks like a pirate's choice, but it doesn't affect anything. I like how Gilder, like, it says a lot for Gilder's character. I love it. I love it that he's like, hey, you've been away from a ship for a while. How about you, I will let you fly this ship. One of the things I love the most. Go for it. And you're like, dude, fucking awesome. Dude, that's a good bro. I think we can actually get to Skull Rock before we even get to Nazar? Might be wrong, but it's worth trying to get. Gilder has joined your party. My friend. My boy. I've abandoned my boy. Let's see. Does he have... No, he doesn't, so I'm actually going to feed him a moonberry. Shit. That's fine. That's totally fine. And then where am I? I'm losing all my bearings. Skull Rock is going to be like over this way. I don't know if Ruins of Rolana is in this version. Might be wrong, but it could be. Some of the fun ones are like, I know you can get some things early, which include things like what are these? These are purple, so they're weak to red. I like the swooping angles that happens here. Very good. You can get like the Land of Ice pretty easy just by going south pretty early. Like when you have the Delphinus and stuff, you can get it, which is really cool. I don't think that giant monster is there, Shaggy or whatever. Which is just like the creepiest looking monster in the whole game. Gilder! Special attack. Oh no, Gunslinger is 9! Ah! So wait, where are Ruins of Rolana then? On the side of Valua? I totally forget. I'm gonna show off Gunslinger because it's such a good move. Come on. Dance for me.
Come on. Dance for me.
Great attack. So basic. It's just a dude with 2 guns going to town. Yeah, I like how his guns transform into like chunkier guns.
That wasn't so bad.
One of my favorite special attacks in the game. So basic too. But it's actually, you think it's like good for attacking people in a line like Alpha Storm, when the answer is that it's actually pretty good at a couple other things. Skull Island is maybe here? Or further up. Basically, you just go up the wall here until you find Skull Rock. Does that mean I can just find Decat's Island? Isn't it just this? Like, this is just Decat's Island right here. Right? I swear to God. It's like one of them. That is Decat's, but I can't visit it early. Yeah, I'm like, that's just Decat's Island. I can't go around to find some other things. These enemies are weird, but they give a lot of gold. So in that whole segment where you actually got to give money to upgrade your island, these are actually pretty good enemies to do it. Especially once you can use Rain of Swords and stuff a lot more. Just really useful. I like when Gilder is close to an enemy because he just puts the gun in their fucking face. It's really great. He just puts it sideways, the barrel runs right up against their fucking face. Top tier. Just blast them. It's very enjoyable. Do it, dude. Love it. Such a great bit of action. And just for shits and giggles. Yeah, I don't call it Dacket, like Beckett. I say Ducat. Because that's closer to how it is spelled phonetically. It's not spelled Dacket. I know what he's named after, but it's like...
Come on. Dance for me.
Great skill. This means I still need 2 moonberries for fucking Pirate's Wrath now, though. I get 1 on... I get 1 on the island, certainly. Right? No, wait, there's not 1 moonberry on the island. There's 2, right? There's 2 on the island. I thought that was going to be a moonberry right there. Horseshit. And now you're telling me Ruins of Rolana is to the south up against the wall here? Right? I feel like that's what you're telling me. Legit don't remember. It's like this way, right? Is it really? I thought it was closer to the rift itself. Weird. I totally forget it. I know it's a thing. Like, it's one of those things where I'm like, I consciously know that this is a thing that exists. I've played this game like 9 times, 10 times. Dang, dude! You hit me pretty hard. Maybe Vise should learn Sacrum. Oh, I wonder if I can buy Sacrum crystals in Nazarad. That'd be nice. But I might not be able to be. These are the enemies that drop a fair amount of gold, though, which is nice. Do it!
Take that.
Love it. One of my favorite attack animations for any character. Just like run into a dude's fucking face. Shoot him. God bless you, Gilder. The sound effect on his gun is really good too. Ooh, lots of dodging. Yeah, once you're able to get like a lot of Sacrum crystals and things like that, it makes a lot of stuff, even the final bosses, not trivial, but certainly easier. The big one is that you can buy, on the Dreamcast version in particular, complete kits and other things for your ship very cheaply. So ship battles actually do become much easier, which is, like, it's fine. I don't have any strong feelings about it one way or another. Oh, dude, do I not have any? Really? No, I do have some. I have just Sacrum crystals. That's fine. Ruins of Orlana, here I come. Fucking ass, dark ass, rift ass. Is it really this way? Feels like a long way to go to get a single discovery. That's so funny. Well, I think the thing that actually makes the game easier is things like Delta Shield or whatever, right? It's not the prevalence of healing items, it's actually the amount of ways that you have tools to nullify either the raw damage of somebody's attacks or to actually nullify all their attacks in general. Delta Shield's great. What a great skill. Or Aura of Denial, they do the same thing. Your petty little tricks won't work on us. I don't know how much I'll actually upgrade Gilder. Right, because the character I'll want to upgrade the most by the end of things is going to be Enrique. He'll be one of my anchors heading into everything else.
That wasn't so bad.
Does Aura Denial not stop things like a turn as? It must. Yeah, it stops instant death. Oh, it is! Like, oh, you're right, there is a discovery and it's just up against these mountains. You're right. Weird. Don't dodge. Great. Great! It's like my Sonic the Hedgehog one. Great! Great! Whoa! Great! We'll definitely get through to Cat's Island. I would love to get the Delphinus today. We'll see. This is an interesting ability because music plays. Prophecy. There's going to be a whole section when I play through this game where I'm actually going to get crew members pretty early. Because I've been going through the process to get a lot of them. And I'm mostly going to fly around and be like, hey, join me. Hey, Domingo. Hey, assholes. Like, everybody come here. One of the most memorable things in this game is when, in the Blue Rogues attack, when Domingo goes, found some treasure! And you're like, yeah, you did, bro. Good for you. I appreciate combat spaces in this game being contiguous with the like spaces where you're actually fighting, by which I mean like the deck of each ship is different, but also if you're fighting in certain areas of dungeons, it's definitely, it changes too. The weakest part of the experience mechanically, it's one of the only things you do mechanically, I think it's fine. I think it flows really easy. I think the battles in Skies of Arcadia are really snappy, which I appreciate. Because they could be much more laborious.
I wish they were all that easy.
I think in general these games are, the combat in this game is pretty snappy. Is it? Surely it's on this mountain range somewhere, or like back here. Oh, there we go. Great! Well, we should understand what depth means. Depth is little more than the greatest amount of effect with the least amount of effort. Depth is not complexity. You're talking to a game critic. Don't ever confuse complexity for depth. It's one of the things I'll beg of you. Not that I think you're doing that necessarily, but it's one of the things I'll beg of you to do when you approach games, is to never confuse the idea that just because a thing is complex, it's actually deep. That tends to be actually the opposite. Depth tends to be when there's not as many moving pieces on the clock, and instead you can have a handful of things that generate lots of interactions and lots of effects. Right, this is why certain character action games succeed and others fail. Others get too busy. I don't think this is a particularly deep combat system. I do think I think it does what it sets out to do, which is to have a certain pace of combat, which is accelerated compared to other games. And which gives you enough opportunities to do some like forethought and other pieces of thinking. Let's go back to Nazrad. Right, one of the things I like about this and what I like about the air combat sequences is that you're usually planning like 2 or 3 turns ahead. You're not actually planning too much for the turn that you're in, which I think is useful. Clara? I like his plan here of like, let's get in the escape vessels. Operation Clara. They know what's up. That's a good crew. Well, you can read the manga, although the manga's never finished.
See ya.
See ya. And you're like, yeah, dude. Smooth criminal. I love it. I guess I would have to overwrite one of these save files because I do not have enough memory on my VMU, probably because because I think I probably still have Shenmue on there, and Shenmue takes up like what, 80 blocks or something? It takes up a lot. Is this where I'm supposed to find the thing I was talking about earlier? I thought I did, right? I talked to the guy and he gave me the Abracham, right? He gave it to Aika, and that updated Cupel into Cupel Star. So, should be fine, but to double check, I guess I can always come up here and talk to the guy. Yep, I should have gotten everything here when I was with Aika and Fina. And if not, you know, it's not the end of the world. Because I'm probably not going to be able to download Hamacho Island and just have access to the final cham. I get to sell a lot of discoveries here, though. Mostly it's gonna be, you found what? But also, yes, I've heard of its existence. This is why you do this, by the way. It's just because later on... like, I will need to have 100k. They're like, do you know where anything? And it's like, dude, I know where everything is. Oh, you want me to go grab some Dabu hide? Suppose I could. Oh, God, that's going to be the thing, because I want... It's so funny. I might not even get to the point where I have Omega Cyclone unlocked. Right. I think it'll end up being... Oh, you can just buy Choms? That's fucking random as hell. Sakura crystals. Not as useful. We need, like, Sakura's crystals and stuff. Some things that we can buy here. Anything that's good for Gilder? Probably not. Where do I buy that again? Monkey guy. I think about fruit sellers and I think they're information dealers because that's how it worked in Suikoden. Where the guy was like, I'm here to buy fruit. And it turns out, aha, that was code. Cabal skewer lady! Not the one we're looking for, but... you know. Is it here in the bazaar? Doesn't seem to have what I'm looking for. That's fine. Good news is we're going to be able to sell Decat's coin for some serious muns. Which is always good. Although I guess the actual item shop is like up here, right? Ugh. Skies of Arcadia Legends, when you get Vise the Fallen Pirate, and you're like, God damn it. I think about that a lot. Of just being like, oh. That sucks. Now I have to fight a weird battle. Love this guy's beard. Great beard. Powerful beard. Oh, dude, Sacrum crystals? Yeah. Word. Sakura's crystals? Yeah. Extreme word. They're like, may the red moon guide your path. And it's like, yeah, okay. That sounds pretty intense, but okay. This is more weapon stuff. It's like the actual weapon shop. But I know we get some stuff in the island. Which is... we get armor, but we don't really get a lot of guns. Or anything. So I'm actually okay getting Vise a new weapon. It's like, do I need the pistol for Gilder? Not really. It's tempting, though. Because we're going to end up with what? Decat's armor and a couple other things, right? Certainly some armor for Ica and Fina, so... Yeah, I'll do it. Zivulin Bane! I don't know if that's better than what Ica has equipped right now, so I'm keeping it. Yeah, they're so gold deprived, it sucks. Those portions of the map with them are a little intense. I do like all the bullshit they do here of like them walking past each other in the hallways and stuff. It's very good. Of just like, hey, let's go to our room, and they close the door in the fucking room next door. It's so good. Very good stuff. Just some all-around good mixture of comedy and dramatic irony and all sorts of shit going on here. How much does the coin sell for? 10k, right? Maybe even 15. Yeah, this is great. I'm just like, what if he sneezed for a second here? Story is entirely different. So fucking good. Very funny. We go to the bar because we have to run into Gilder. Because he's like, hey, and you're like, leave us alone. You goober. Your wages. Oh, well, we got a cham? That's great. Well, they do have 10,000 gold now. Which is good. Where's our cham? Though technically they have 0 gold. Whoa, some slowdown there. Which is a pain in the ass, I guess. Yeah, Decats might be the only one that we do. I am tired, turns out. Where exactly do I need to go again? We go to the inn again, right? Oh yeah, because this guy, it's Pedro. with his friend Gonzalez. Oh, whoa, it's so funny. Oh my god. He's the cat. He hits stuff on his island. He hits stuff up on his island. It's really just one coin. Dat Cat's Island. Yeah, he gave you a single ducat. Dude!
Hey,
He's like, I have a friend who'd come along. Ah, guys, no, it's so funny. Literally the other half of the map. The room over. So ironic. I remember someone had a theory that the ghost that shows up in Skull Shield is Ducat. By which I mean somebody just said that once and it stuck out of my mind. There's no way of confirming that. So we'll get through that island. We have to talk to the Nas Sultan, who doesn't want to hear our bullshit about an impending armada attack, which turns out to be a bad idea, bud. He's like, ooh, I don't know. Is there some sort of weird field of view trickery going on here? Where to make them look farther away, it's actually like one of them smaller or something, I forget.
oh,
Yeah, Vice and Guilt are behind the throne, which is very weird. There's a couple weird things. Arrogance! I do think it's important that Vise is like, oh, we should not leave before telling them that there's stuff going on. Like, regardless of whether or not they're listening to you, I think it's important that Vise is actually somebody who takes the time to do that. I like playing characters who are fundamentally decent people. Oh, Fina. My absolute favorite character ever. A sweet and brave person. So good. Is it just gonna send me straight to the cats? I forget if there's actually overworld stuff here. There is! There's an island up there, but we can't do anything with it yet. There's Crescent Island. Oh, so good. I could kiss Crescent Island. Yeah, I think it might be next time that we do, that we get the Delphinus. Which won't be tomorrow either. Tomorrow I need to clean my room and just be an adult. And be smart. Oh no, darling kiddos. Whew, sucks for them. Oh, that super sucks for them. Come on. This should do it, though. Counterattack! Get him, Cupel! She hasn't learned Sacralun yet. She does know Rise Limb, so she knows pretty much all the silver magic that I care for her to know. So we're doing mostly okay. Lambda Burst continuing to prove its status as one of the most useful special abilities in the game. What items do and do they not have access to? Jesus Christ. That's terrifying. This is a cool dungeon, though. Dungeon is... It's hard for me to talk a little bit because of the sickness. Dungeons in this game have really good gimmicks. Oh, this might be the last time you hear the Blue Rogue ship overworld theme, because we're gonna get the Delphinus, which is dun dun la 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 da da la da 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 la, which is very good. Jam! Oh my god, there we go. Critically important that we pick up every goddamn sham in the world. Super important. Feed it to my lovely child. And then I forget. There's a moonberry that I could get. There's a couple moonberries. And some chams and stuff. It's a lot. I like Aika's approach to things when she's like, why is this dead guy being stingy? You're like, ah. Do we even have to do the trip on the sailboat? I think we might. Can't wait to go up and above and below the cloud layer. So good. Let's get through this dungeon and beat the bosses, which mostly just means focusing on one of them so they can't do that weird combination attack. It's not too bad. A single enemy? You're fucked. Done. Wait, what? Seriously? Oh, you're guarding. I was like, what is up with you, bud? I appreciate that the designers are like, oh, you only have 2 party members, so we're not going to spawn billions of bad guys. Still plenty of encounters, though. No! No, don't! You bastards! Don't do this to me. Counter! Fuck him up, Gilder. Counter! Gilder, fuck him up! Ah, come on. Counter, Gilder, fuck him up! Ah. I keep on trying to will it into existence, and it's not happening. We'll do a gunslinger on the next turn and just mop it all up. It's not dead. Critical hit! Oh my gosh! Terrible. Gilder! Come on, bud. Make him dance for you. Come on. Dance for me.
Dance for me. Now that was fun.
a save thing here, do we? But for them, it's like, oh, it totally worked. Here we go. Then the thing falls down. It's a fun concept of just two parties going through a dungeon and not even knowing. Oh shit! We're gonna have to fight a Zivbane with two people, aren't we? Oh, that kind of sucks. I think there's a treasure chest here. Skywing! Probably better than the Grendel piece, right? Oh, we don't even have access to the Grendel thing. Whatever. No random encounters! Stop it! I can hear them when they're coming. So when I paused there, it's because I heard a random encounter booting. Not too much going on here. Damn, dude. You shot that dog and beat them the hell up. Counter! Yes! Fantastic. We can do this. You and Gilder, you can beat up these weird bunnies. They nailed it.
All in a day's work.
I don't see that one very often. I think we need to heal because I think this treasure chest is actually... I think the first treasure chest we open here is Zivulun Bane. Okay. Yeah. That's fucked up. That's so funny. If they're red, that just means that we equip blue or purple. Fucking eat my toes, Zivulun Bane. Good thing is that the characters will be probably spread out, so if you use blast, it won't matter. Or burst, excuse me. It's gonna hit Gilder only. Still hits pretty hard, but better than if everybody was paired up. Whoa, imagine a weird thief dodging some fucking bullets, and you're like, dang, dude dodged bullets. We're just gonna use Incrum here to really end this dude. Do it! Kneecap that motherfucker.
Take that.
Counter. No. We win. This might be the easiest Zivbane fight I've ever done. Dead. D-E-D dead.
That was easy.
I feel like by now in other playthroughs I've had Pirate's Wrath. I might be able to get it before the final boss encounter, but I'm not sure. Because I don't know who picks up the moonberries here. I think it might be Ica, right? This is a really good dungeon, just in general. The dungeons in this game are actually just, in general, pretty solid. Yeah, let's go for it. You can leave this dungeon too, which is kind of funny. What, did we miss both of our attacks? Do we suck that much? Holy shit! What's their evasion stat? Oh my god! What? Our next round is only gonna have 12, so we can't get a rain of swords in. Oh, bullcrap. These enemies suck. Oh, well, they woke up Vise. It's fine then. No, they put him to sleep! Again! This is horseshit. He's gonna wake up and fall asleep again. Just a perpetual cycle of waking up, getting hit, and being like, oh, magical sleep. Yeah, there it is. Oh my goodness. My goodness gracious. We're in a decent shape here because this should hit basically everyone. Don't put him to sleep! No! Ah! God damn it! Use your attack, Gilder! Gilder, still use your attack! Vise, no, fuck! Oh, this is terrible! Gilder, do it! Fuck him up!
Come on. Dance for me.
It's gonna hit most of them. We might miss one. Yeah, we missed the one that's near us. That's funny. It's a little bit narrower than I realized. Don't fall asleep! Not a lot of good options here. Except to be like, haha! Oh well, one of them went away anyway. Don't fall asleep!
Take that.
Super good. You ever just put a gun in a snake's face?
Oh, like all in a day's work.
I don't know what that first part of his line is. He's like, ugh, all in a day's work. And you're like, yeah, the first part was weird, but the second part I agree with. Well, I really wish that there was a way to like organize my inventory a little bit better. This is just mostly like back and forth treasure chest and switches for a little bit, and then we get to the actual meat of the island. The only thing that makes this a little screwy is random encounters. And then also just making sure we have the right shit, right? I don't think Vise will be able to have Pirate's Wrath for the battle, which fucking blows, but whatever. 2001 gold. Ah, no! Battle! We must fight them all. What? Fuck you. Rabbit, no! Ah, lightning rabbit. Wasn't prepared for the lightning. It's screwed up.
I wish they were all that easy.
Oh, fucking hell, a moonberry? Oh my god. That's perfect. Do I get another one of Vi's? Oh, I do. I'm gonna have Pirate's Wrath for this next fight now. For this next big battle. Oh, so good! Oh, I'm gonna end all of these bosses' whole career. That's so exciting. These are cool. These rooms are great. Maiden's Armor ×2. It's like the game realizes that these folks didn't have money to buy stuff. This is a game made by designers. Great. Perfect. But we can't do anything here, because we have to have Vi's do stuff. He has to move the crank. We have to move it a couple times because it gives us access to a bunch of stuff. First one is this. What is that? Magic droplets? This one leads to nothing, right? It's just like that, but the other one brings us down to more treasure. That's the cat's armor. We lose some attack there, but not too much. Oh, weird. So I guess we go up. Right? Oh no, because we're swapping, that's right, we're swapping the thing so that Ica and Fina can go. For a minute I was like, what's going on up there? And I was like, oh, it's the path. It's the path that our other two characters are going. Yeah, this is maybe one of the best dungeons in the whole game. It's super good. My least favorite is the mountain in Yafutoma. It's just got a little bit too much stuff. Just a little bit too much. Awesome. We're doing it! Okay. There's a cham somewhere. That's not what I meant to do.
Let's get out of here.
I'm actually gonna run. I like Vize's voice line there where he's like, retreat! Like, dude, come on. Have some dignity. Oh, I think it's the other side. Because this is a vital seed. This is... Yeah, there we go. There's the cham. Oh, there's another chest there. Moonberry. Very cool. It's because the next character who I'm really gonna focus on updating then is gonna be Funa. It just ends up gonna be useful for me. Whoa, that was... Wow. Was not expecting a fight right there. Sadly, Cupel not quite as strong as the gun, but still pretty strong. Oh no! When they try and run away, it's sad. Counter. No, it looks like it. Alright, and we got this then. Cupel Star. Way to go, Cupel. I love Cupel so much. I want a Cupel plush. I want the Fina plush that existed. I think there's only one. I want all of it. Another Moonberry? We're drowning in Moonberries. This is fantastic. I love it. Ah, remember at the start of this when I was like, I'm not gonna have enough to friggin' do the thing. Let's establish that I should be able to... Oh, not yet. Wait. Is that not the right switch? Oh, is the door weighed down? Oh, that's so weird. The way that they do it there. That's not how they were doing it for any of the other doors. A lot of boxes here for me to grab. Treasure chest. Moonberry, there we go. Pirate's Wrath. We've just beaten the game. Oh, look at that. It's so good to have that by now. We're gonna, when the time comes to do everything in the Grand Fortress and stuff, just gonna destroy everybody. Not as excited about that Electrum box, but I'll take it. I don't mind it. Oh, I can't do anything here yet. I have to switch to Vise, I think. Right? Well, that sounds like a battle. Or it did. Can I see Ica? That'd be so weird. So we go here. Because we're hopping back and forth, right? Oh no, we have to spin it more, right? Yeah. This is how we do that. Right? Ah, so weird. It's kind of neat though. Like, I think it's really cool. I think this means we can give the moonberry, the other moonberries to Fina. And then we should be good to go. I like this mechanism here that kind of moves the whole island. It's pretty cool. Like, yeah, that's amazing. Like, that's one of my favorite, very distinct image in my mind, right, is just this. Like, that's really good use of full three-dimensional spaces. And now we're basically done, eh? Look at that, though. That's so cool. Amazing. Love it. I think we're mostly in a good place here. Just saving over and over and over again. We're only about 15 hours into the game, which is, all things considered, impressive. Yeah, my healing items should just be at the top. I wish that there was a way to fucking fix that. Dex's seed is going to end up going to... to Ica. It's one of the few times there's a seed where I'm like, oh, that actually does go not to Vise. Usually everything just gets shoved down Vise's fucking gullet. Just every seed. So originally what I was planning for here was to have turns where I use both Gunslinger and Pirate's Wrath, or not Pirate's Wrath, or Cutlass Fury, but I think we're just building up to Pirate's Wrath turns here and putting pressure on the other enemies in the meantime. This was a scene in the demo, or at least it was afterwards, the part where you open the treasure chest, I believe. Or maybe it was this scene. One of the two scenes. Oh, this moment makes me so happy. It's one of the happiest moments in the game. Oh, I love them all. I love them all three of these morons so much. Yeah, it might be this scene and then it cuts off before the boss fight. I might be wrong. I have that on my YouTube channel, or at least the story bit of the Dreamcast magazine demo disc demo, because wow, this game had a super robust demo. They're a fire and ice combination, which mostly means we want to get rid of one of the other. Because red damages purple and purple damages red, so we just have to push through it until one of them's down. In theory, we could survive a little bit better if we all just like popped silver and we're like completely neutral. So let's figure out how we want to approach this. I think we're all going to go red first. Just take out one of these idiots. Because we'll just want to increm into Pirate's Wrath. Pirate's Wrath, I believe, takes 21. So we want to build up to a turn where we have at least, I don't know, a lot. So we're going to take some extra damage from those regular attacks right now, but that's fine. Depending on their positions on the platform, we can anticipate when they're going to do certain shit, too. Yeah, Pirate's Wrath is 21. How long does Increm last? 2 turns? I forget. Might be 2 turns. Because we certainly could do something like this. And then next turn we'll just Pirate's Wrath. Well boosted. Yeah, I think it's the turn you cast and the turn after, yeah. I believe that's the case. Because having it be the turn you cast only would be very... It seems very odd to me. I think it's at least 2 turns. They're going to use their big combination attack. This won't affect us as much because we're red. So... And then Fina can just end up doing Sacrum, which is fine. We have good healing magic right now. No, Fina taking a fair amount of damage here. Don't attack yet, please? No, they are. Fina's gonna get knocked out, maybe. Here we go. Fucking the moment I've been waiting for. And quite frankly, the moment that we can cheese a little bit now that we have more Sacrum crystals. I know I'm just turning them to item chuckers right now for a minute, but it should help. I just want everybody potentially max. So here we go, Pirate's Wrath, great ability. Behold! The Shattering here. Great ability. Will it be enough to just destroy it in 1 turn? Maybe not. Oh, absolutely. Never mind. We win. That's awesome. That's fucking so good. I thought that maybe... Like, I mean, we were doing elemental weaknesses and stuff, too. So I thought that maybe we're gonna mess with them a little. Yeah, Pirate's Wrath kicks ass. So now we're gonna switch to purple. Really, the only one who needs to be purple is going to be Vise, but that's fine. And I can actually use this as... yeah, because I'll switch Fina back to green. Even though that'll leave her vulnerable to some damage. Yeah, and that's just going to be quicker for us for the next turns or so. Which is fine. We'll just focus, and we'll actually just focus big time all around.
Let's try this.
Because I wonder if there's a way I can have a turn where it's Pirate's Wrath and Gunslinger. I mean, it probably is. It just means, like, in the next 2 turns, we're gonna have 1 turn where we just increm, and then a lot of focus stuff, counterattack. So that might have just won us the fight there anyway. But I want to go big or go home. So it's gonna end up being, yeah. We're gonna go huge here. Just because, why the fuck not?
Moons, give me strength.
Right. These are the turns you dream of. Yeah, but I'm afraid that it's gonna wear off my next turn for whatever reason. Oh yeah, that's right. You just can't extend it. That sucks. That's funny. So we're going to take a fair amount of damage here because we're elementally weak to this. My only concern is if Fina gets knocked out, but she won't. So that's fine. Will Vise lose the buff this round, though? That would be really inconvenient for me. No, we're good. Yeah, big turn. Yeah. Powerful turn. Let's start getting him on some yellow growth. Great. This is fantastic. Like, we win. Like, if Vise doesn't do it here, then Gilder's just gonna come in with his 2 guns and like fuck shit up. But this should get us there. This should do at least like 4,000 damage. Ah, gorgeous. God, it's so good that we have Pirate's Wrath right now. Dude, come on. That shit should be illegal. I love it. So good. I think this is the first time where we actually, the swashbuckling move will end up being surrendering to Ramirez. Because the other option, I think, is like fight, even though you're going to get your ass kicked, dummy. Huh? I like how Jakat's like, the real treasure are the friends you made along the way. The coin sells for a lot. It's such a fun segment of the game. And then I'm going to save here, and then I'm not going to go to Nazrat. I'm going to call it quits. I've only been streaming for maybe 3.5 hours, but you know, I've felt I've felt weird lately. And so I want a little bit of time for me, especially this weekend. Yeah, there it is, the Monasteros. It's an incredibly good game. Even if you already know the story, I've played through this game so many times, and it's never felt boring to me every time I play through. It's just chiefly enjoyable, from stem to stern. This is a very good RPG. We're almost to level 30. What are we at, level 26 or so? Well, I mean, Gilder was. If you do buy this game, just know it's expensive. These are expensive games now. I'm gonna go though. That's it for me right now. I'm gonna relax. I hope you enjoyed this. We'll get back to it more soon. We'll see. But not yet. Maybe next weekend, maybe sometime next week. Just trying to focus on some other stuff. So that's how that'll go. Thank you all for watching, especially those of you who stuck around through the technical issues on the first attempt. No clue what happened with my equipment there. So we'll get through more of this, and there might be a time and place where I hop back to streaming FF14 and stuff. There's just like not a lot of content that I want to do right now. Maybe I can do all the remaining job quest things for me now that I have one of every job pretty much at max. So that's how that'll go. Take care, friends. Please stay safe. If you're heading outside, wear your masks. Support local organizations. Go to protests if you can. Cops have been murdering people and stuff, so now's the time to really step up for your community and for your friends. I will see you around. Goodbye.